Hello, Venice Church. I hope you have had a lovely weekend, specifically a wonderful Father's Day with your fathers, and that you fathers indeed felt honored in this time. I just wanted to take a moment to reflect on what we talked about this past Sunday, specifically regarding our minor character, Jethro. And as we have discussed and walked through, even though Jethro was a minor character, he certainly had a big impact, specifically on a figure we all probably know in Scripture by the name of Moses, being the father-in-law. And we discussed a couple things throughout that sermon, but what I really wanted to focus on was really how Jethro, being a minor character, did indeed make a major impact. And I want to focus on this one specific portion. Specifically, this is after Moses had gone out and after wandering the wilderness, came across Jethro's daughters, and defended them when they were trying to be pushed away or basically shunned off by other like shepherds and caravaneers, I believe. And what happens after the daughters retreat and they return back home and they tell Jethro, their father, what had happened, and Jethro immediately responds, "Then where is he? Why have you left the man?" And he goes on to say, "Call him that he may eat bread." And I think what's very interesting about this very small, minor portion, is that Jethro, seeing this man who has saved his daughters, really wants to give this man, Moses, due honor. And he may not know Moses, he may not know his intentions, but what he does know is that a man has defended his daughters. And this is a very minor detail, but I think this minor detail really shows a lot of Jethro's character. As stated, he is a man of good standing, a man of righteousness, but he is a man that is also looking at the actions of others, specifically Moses' actions. He sees Moses' heart in the way that he defends the way that Moses defends his, being Jethro's daughters. And there is something that is being done significant in this moment, that Jethro is inviting Moses into his household. Now, the reason why I wanted to really emphasize that Jethro is inviting Moses into his household, that Jethro is taking note of Moses' character, and ultimately how Jethro is acknowledging the way that Moses stood up for his daughters, is because just like Jethro, who is considered a minor character, which is not often discussed throughout the scriptures, this very minor detail is very reflective of our everyday lives. And in our everyday life, there are numerous things we can do, numerous decisions we can make. But ultimately, as Christians, every decision we make is a God-glorifying decision, or rather should be a God-glorifying decision. And even if it's the most minute of details, that God-glorifying decision can make a vast impact, not just on our lives, but the lives of others. And just as we see in Jethro, this minor invitation, which to Jethro may not have been minor, but it's a minor detail. This invitation of Moses into his household brings about a sequence of events that will eventually lead to Moses, who will return back to Egypt, and pull the Israelites out into the Promised Land, just as God had called him to do. And so, I think a great encouragement for us to use Jethro's example is that even if we appear to be a minor character in either this large story that is life or the life of someone else, we are creating a vast impact, and we ourselves have a significant purpose and a significant story that God regards us with. And it's beautiful to reflect and meditate on everything we do, that small little instance of kindness, of faithfulness, of seeking God and being God-minded in everything that we do can create a large impact that can indeed rivet and impact even the world itself. But even if it's not the world, through many ripples, God can work throughout the entirety of his body, through each of his people, whether it's through reconciling non-believers to God, whether it's working alongside each other to create a larger scale image of what God's kingdom will look like here on earth as it is in heaven. So I just wanted to impart that to you guys. May the Lord bless you all throughout this week. God bless you and take care.